Conversations with Dr. Brenda. Mondays at 10 a.m. Informative, insightful, inspiring, and fun. On this episode of Conversations with Dr. Brenda, a conversation with Samantha Wall-Laidler. Now here's Dr. Brenda.
All you that are watching, I am so thrilled and blessed to be in the room or in a conversation with a dear spiritual daughter of mine who I've watched grow and develop over the years. I'm so proud of what God is doing in her life. So I'm going to introduce to you and present to others Miss Samantha Wall. Okay, so welcome, Samantha. Thank you for joining me in this conversation today. We are looking forward to getting to know you even more. I've known you over the years, but we haven't really had a whole lot of conversation. I've just been taking advantage of your beautiful different products and different things that you do. So we want to take some time now to ask you to tell us a little bit about yourself. I said a little bit, but I want you to tell us as much because we want to get to know where you're from. You don't have to tell your age or anything like that, but we want to talk to you. I want you to feel comfortable just sharing about yourself, where you're from. I want to start with that because I'm very curious. Okay.
Okay. Well, again, I'm Samantha Wall-Laidler. My company is Unlimited Fashions. Just to tell you a little bit about myself, I'm originally from New Jersey, worked a lot in New York City, hometown, Newark, New Jersey. That's where I was raised with my mom, my dad, and my brothers and my family. I attended Fashion Institute of Technology in New York City. I also worked in New York City with some of the top retailers, designers, Macy's, Victoria's Secrets, Burlington Coat Company, Fred the Furrier, Alcott and Andrews, Abraham and Strauss. And I also attended Hampton University. It's one of the top Black colleges in the world. It's one of the HBCUs, which is called Historically Black Colleges and University. Hampton University is in Hampton, Virginia, and it is the Ivy League of Black colleges. So I was so happy to get accepted to Hampton University. While I was there, I majored in business and fashion merchandising, and I had an awesome time at Hampton University. We call our college the Home by the Sea because it's in Hampton University and it sits on the river. And if you ever get a chance to visit Hampton University, it looks like a picture out of a storybook. Really pretty trees, river, big, beautiful dorms, lots of green landscape, lots of trees, beautiful historical buildings. So that's why I attended Hampton University. So when I went to Hampton University, I modeled, I also coordinated fashion shows while I was studying fashion, merchandising, and business. And once I graduated, I was able to work in New Jersey for a company owned by Macy's. Also, I worked in New York as a buyer on 7th Avenue. I worked for Van Buren Carr Buying Office. We were one of the top buying offices in New York City. And I enjoyed buying sportswear, contemporary wear, and casual wear for women. And I also worked for several other fashion companies. Working at Victoria's Secrets was a great experience, as well as working as a buyer in New York City. And so while I worked as a buyer, I gained a lot of experience in the fashion industry by going to all the New York City trade shows, visiting the fashion companies and corporations on 7th Avenue, 5th Avenue, Broadway, and the fashion district. I used all my knowledge gained from the Fashion Institute of Technology and from Hampton to help me to do a really good job at being a good buyer. Once I finished my job as a buyer, I started my company, Unlimited Hosiery. And I started out by selling hosiery for ladies. And what was happening, this is back in, I would say, late 80s, 90s, there was a void in the market for plus size stockings, and there was a void in the market for coffee colored stockings for women of color.
Hmm.
So what I did, I provided this awesome line of hosiery, plus size for all women and women of color, and coffee color stockings for women of color. And my business was a great success because a lot of women complain, I can't find fashions to fit. When I go buy stockings, they're always red, they're brown, they look like they're not made for black people. So I specialize in coffee color stockings. And that's how I started my business. And eventually I expanded my business to California and I partnered with my mom and we opened up four different boutiques in Northern California, in Sacramento, the Bay Area, Oakland, and we had a store in Columbia, South Carolina. And once I expanded, I started selling clothing and accessories. So that's how I am at Unlimited Fashions.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we got a little taste of what you're doing now. And now to give us a little background, that was huge of you going to Hampton University. It sounds so beautiful. But what, as a little girl, in New Jersey, what prompted you to go into this industry? When did you first find out that this is a love or something that you really wanted to get
You know
into?
what? Fashion is my passion. I learned that while I was a young girl, I had lots of Barbie dolls. I have three brothers. I'm the only girl. So a lot of times I had to play by myself because I didn't have any sisters, just brothers. So I was always dressing Barbie dolls, dressing them from head to toe, their jacket, their pants, their dress. I was sewing, I was crocheting, and I also modeled when I was young. So, and I love modeling because I learned how to walk. I learned how to have good posture. I learned how to hold my head up, learn how to have grace and style. So between modeling in the fashion industry when I was young, modeled in New Jersey, modeled in New York, and also dressing my Barbie dolls when I was younger, it led me to a career in fashion, and that's where I'm at. My passion is fashion. And of course, I love clothing and I love shopping. And I think growing up in New York, in New Jersey, this was God's divine plan because New York is the fashion capital of the world. So living in Jersey, I was only like 20 minutes away from New York. And I spent a lot of time visiting boutiques, Saks Fifth Avenue, Bloomingdale's, Barney's New York, Macy's, some of the top designer stores, Louis Vuitton. So I spent a lot of time just beating the pavement, going into stores, shopping, looking, watching what people were wearing, looking at the trends, looking at the styles. So I follow fashion very closely. And I just remember as a young girl reading Essence magazine, and I would love to see all the fashions for women of color. I remember looking at Vogue, and they featured all women of all nationalities. So it was just in me to pursue a career in fashion. And when I went to Hampton and majored in fashion merchandising, that was a confirmation, and also going to Fashion Institute of Technology in New York City.
Awesome. Well, I've known you as part of Calvary for many, many years. So
Mhm.
as we grow young ladies up in our ministry, we expose them to different opportunities. So I think I want to go back just a little bit still because what door opened up as a little girl for you to be able to model, to be able to do some of the things? And you mentioned that your mother and you kind of got into business together and opened up some stores. So was it your mother's influence that she put you into different pageants, or what stage were you on as a little girl to build up on?
Well, when I was younger, I modeled a lot, and my mom would take me to events. And when I was in fashion shows, she was
Okay.
always there to support me and to come see me in fashion shows. So yes, my mother did have a great influence. My mom, she loves clothing and she's a very classy dresser. So I watched her dress. I watched my aunts and a lot of women around me. And I had a cousin. She was a designer. Her name is Crystal Harris. I call her Chrissy. And I would hang around her all the time because she was like one of the top designers in New York. And she was always drawing pictures. When I went to her house, she was always sketching pictures. She always had like a white sketchbook. And I would always ask her questions about fashion because she worked in New York before me and she had a lot of experience working in New York, and she worked for one of the top pattern companies in New York City. And so every time I was around her, I was just amazed with some of the things she designed. I always noticed she was always very fashionable. Her hair was always really pretty. She was always dressed to impress. So just hanging around her influenced me to be in fashion. And also, my mom always took me to fabulous fashion shows. New Jersey, New York. We went to plays, we went to dinners, we went to movies, we went to spectacular black tie events. And I just noticed how people dress. And when I noticed like ladies with class and style, there was something that stuck with me that said, "Oh, you love fashion. So fashion is my passion."
Wow.
Mhm.
Well, we see it. We see it in your dress, and we see it in your
Mhm.
beautiful uh, items that you have to sell that we're been able to be exposed to, and your many
Mhm.
different events that you put on. Um, so, what would you say that you would want to pass on to those who have those same kind of desires to run with their passion? What kind of advice would you give them?
First of all, I would say pray and ask God, what is your gift? Because your gift will take you many, many places and your gift will open many, many doors. So, first of all, just pray and God will confirm what is your gift. And just pay attention to the things that you like and the things that you don't like. And just pay attention to things that really trigger your soul into like asking questions. And just think about Pastor Godot talks about this, and I've talked about this in my presentation. What problem do you want to solve? What is it that irritates your spirit? What is it that bothers you? What is it that stays on your mind all the time? And just something that you want to fix in our world. And right now, there are plenty of things to fix. So I'm pretty sure you won't have a problem trying to find something. So just find out like what are the things you love, what is it, the job that you will do even if you weren't paid for? A job that you would even do for free, or a job that you would even volunteer for and you will still love it. Of course, you want to get paid, but when you're looking for your gift, it's just something that you love to do, something that you think about. When you're working in your gift, at the end of the day, you're happy, tired. You're not frustrated. You're not irritated. You're tired again, but you're happy, tired because you enjoy what you do.
That's awesome. That is awesome advice because I can see it on you. I see it when you're presenting your products, when you're giving presentations. It's exciting to you, and that's what happens a lot of times when people have a job, uh, but they're doing it as a job and not just as their gift, and just giving everything they have to it. So you have been an amazing example of glamour in our
Yeah.
ministry, and you attend the different events with your products and different things on that line. Have you ever thought about some of these young girls around here, giving them some kind of motivation to just all the wonderful training that you had coming up? There's so many needs, like you said. I mean, I know your plate is already full, but wow, that's something that everybody can't give. I have my calls, what I do, and so I reach out to a certain extent. But for you, I mean, what you've been exposed to, what the Lord has blessed you to experience, to be in New York, to be in New Jersey, to go to some of these, events and different things. These things are inside of you, and
Mhm.
there might be something some of these young ladies just need to know because they're dressing, but I want them to have the understanding that you have, the beauty that's within and the beauty that is without, and having the different products. So, are you still doing a lot of the buying, or how are you in your business now? Like you still work in the store, or what's going on?
Okay. Like I was saying, me and my mom Dolores, we did have a couple stores in Sacramento and also in the Bay Area, Oakland. And now we are going to open another store later, even though we've had four in the past. But now, personally, what I do fashion shows where I showcase my event. I do a women's event where I present a fashion show. And also, I do pop up events where I present my clothing and sell my clothing. And also, I have a boutique in my home where I'm open by appointment, and we do private appointments. I'm a stylist, I'm a wardrobe consultant. I've also done some wardrobe styling for film and TV. So now, if you want to find me, you can go to my website, theunlimitedfashions.com. I post on my Facebook page, Samantha Wall Layler. That's my Facebook page. On Instagram, it's Layler Samantha Wall. And again, you can visit my website, theunlimitedfashions.com, or you can call me for an appointment and see the fashions, and you actually can try them on. And if you're looking at this program, I send out an e-blast once a week to update my customers, to inform them where I'm going to be and what I'm doing. So if you go to my Facebook page or my website, send me a message with your email and your name and your phone number, and I'll add you to my list, and we can always stay connected. And I'll show you some of the new fabulous fashions that I have. And I'm starting a VIP fashion club. So again, Samantha Wall Layler on Facebook or theunlimitedfashions.com. Send me a message.
And that Layler is
D
Lailer?
no Laidler.
Dler.
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
Right.
A lot of people know me as Samantha Wall. That's my name before marriage, but Facebook
Mhm.
is Samantha Wall Layler.
Yes, great, great.
Mhm.
Well, you are a tremendous blessing. I truly admire your tenacity, and you running with your dream, running with your passion, making it happen. And I know that you have faced challenges like anybody uh, that's doing anything. If you're not doing anything, you won't run into any challenges. But when you are doing something, but you just persevere and you keep going with it, and I just admire that in you. And it is great. I'm so blessed. Some of the products or the designs that I have received from you, I just love them. And I just got to get back and do some more shopping with you.
Yeah. Mhm.
And but what would you say would be one of your biggest challenges that you faced in your business and the things that you endeavor to do?
I would say, as a small business owner, and I don't even like to say small business owner
Mhm.
because we as Christians, we are actually big business owners. And
That's right.
I don't know, I think the government gave that title to small
Oh,
businesses in
right.
their profile. So I'm just going to say I'm a woman in business. And
Hmm.
one of the biggest challenges I face is getting the financing from banks to really help my business to move to the next level. A lot of times, the banks and funding companies, they want to give us small amounts, 5,000, 10,000, 20,000. With that small amount, it helps you, but it really doesn't help your business to move to the next level. Particularly having a business in California is very expensive to operate a business. It's very expensive to hire employees. So I would say the biggest challenge is getting enough money to properly run your business and get all the resources you need. I just think that most businesses need a minimum of 100,000 to a million to really make a statement with your business and to really sustain your businesses. And it's so important as a small business owners that people know that they should support women-owned businesses, black-owned businesses, small businesses, because we are the lifeblood of the United States economy. So, and that's also a challenge trying to get a lot of people to understand support women owned businesses, support black owned businesses, support your small businesses, and to get people to spend their money and balance it out. If you have small businesses in your neighborhood or at your church, do your best to support them, because even though you may not spend a lot with them, but every little bit of money that you spend with them, it helps them. Trust me, it does help. If I have a $5 sale or $100 sale, all of that adds up because I constantly have bills and I'm always employing people, traveling. Of course, gas is expensive. So a lot of businesses are really doing their best to stay in business and not struggle being in California.
Yes, yes. Well, God is faithful, even in California. So for you to, different businesses are making decisions like you did, like to having it from your home and different other ways to just keep things going. And it's important because right now in California, I mean, they just raise things up. It looks like higher here than everywhere else. But for you to have a successful business, which you do, and it isn't small, but it's huge because of how you've been, your longevity of your services. It's beautiful. Uh,
Mhm.
God has allowed you to do this, and so to be able to be in business in the time that you're in right now, I think it's huge because you're making it in California. You're making it, and you're getting ready to do even greater things because even as things get harder, we push harder, and you find out after you go down just a few more years or whatever, you'll see yourself, boom, you've just, really come out even in a greater way. So I'm honored to have had you to be a spiritual advisor to you because you love the Lord, you love His Word, and the Word is working in your life. So I'm in agreement with you for the larger, investors and different things on that line. I don't know what all that they're, the criteria is for larger loans or wherever, but it's very important to be able to continue to have that passion and to have that integrity, to just continually push in and make things happen. Okay. So,
Yeah.
do you have an event coming up anytime soon, or a charity
Well,
that you're taking care of?
Um, yes, we do. They have in Sacramento. It's called the African Market, where they feature a lot of small businesses. So I will be there this Saturday, and that's in Sacramento at 2251 Florin Road. And then I will be in San Jose at it's called the MLK celebration, and I will be there, and that will be on MLK birthday. You can
Wow.
contact me to get more information. It will be at one of the fabulous hotels in San Jose, and I'm in Oakland a lot. I have a lot of customers there,
Mhm.
and of course, lots of customers in Sacramento. So if you are in the Bay Area, contact me or send me your email, and I'll let you know where I am going to be in the Bay Area. And also, of course, for Sacramento. And my mom is in South Carolina. So if you're in the South, like Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, we do events on the East Coast.
Wow.
So just
So
contact me and send me information.
good, good. So your family just moved to Sacramento. My mom's still being in Carolina, South Carolina.
Yes,
What
yes.
happened that you came to Sacramento?
Well, you know what? My mom moved to Sacramento, that was about 35 years ago. And when
Mhm.
she came here, her and my dad came here to retire. And so I just followed her. I just wanted a new experience. because I grew up in New Jersey, New York, and I've been there all my life. So I just wanted to come to California just to experience the California lifestyle. And one of my goals was to go to LA and be a workday consultant in the movie industry. But I must say, that is an industry you really have to know somebody to break into that industry. And living in LA is more expensive. You really have to have a network of people to help you. And so that's still my goal is to go to LA, be a fashion stylist or celebrity, be a wardrobe stylist on a movie set. So I haven't given up on that dream.
All right.
So for now, I'm here in Northern California providing some
Mhm.
fabulous US fashions.
Right, right. Okay. Well, I now that I know, one of your goals are, I want to stand in agreement with you.
Yes,
With technology now, even though you're not physically there in LA where things are so high, but to make that connection via, your website and different things on that line for people to be able to see some of the things that you're doing. We're believing for that right person to find our Samantha.
yes, thank you.
And
I'm in agreement. Yes,
mhm, to open that door for you to, because I see it all over you. You hear the words people say, the Jersey girl, or the girl from New York. I knew something was special about you. It's like there's something that she has, and you definitely have that taste for glamour, and you're beautiful, beautiful inside and out, and your business is successful because you haven't quit. It's so much that Pastor teaches us that, we just continue. Don't be weary in well doing because you will reap if you don't faint. So I'm believing for you to just continually to see the success of your I call it a ministry, but it's like a ministry to for
yes,
glamour. It's your business, and we're thrilled to have you, and we want to support you even more as a ministry to be able to push your business. We have the business Genesis School of Business here and different things because we want to see uh, Christian women, Black women, women of all races achieve. And like you said, this is the time for us to do just that. And so it's just keep on doing what you're doing. All right.
thank you.
Man. All right. So what advice? I think I asked you a little bit earlier, but again, what tip would you like to leave with our audience? We're going to be closing pretty quick here. And I just want you to pour out. Tell us what you think, a great tip to leave with them as we finish this conversation, which I've enjoyed because I love what you do and it's so needed. I guess my heart, because of being in ministry for so long, and the young girls just need that same kind of push, something that they can put their eyes on, to be able to see your beauty, but then maybe just some tips to help them to make some right decisions in their lives. So what would you like to share with our audience?
I would say walk by faith and not by sight, and know that greater is He that is in you than He is in the world. And if you have a business, if it doesn't make money, it doesn't make sense. Don't
Mhm.
waste time with something that's not bringing you increase. Spend your time on a business that's going to bring you true prosperity and true financial success. If it's not working, just change it. Get some help, get a coach, get a consultant, and just, like I said, walk by faith and not by sight. And just know that God will guide you and show you your perfect will in life.
Okay, but why, as we're going with that, because I want you, want to, how soon, when do you know when you say if it's not working, change it. So how long would they continue in their business before they say it's not working? Or maybe it's something that they may need to tweak before they let it go. So what would be when you say when you don't make money? I think that's kind of where you were kind of putting it, right?
Yeah. I would say if you're working a business and you're seeing great success, that's confirmation that it's working. But if you're getting a lot of negative things to happen, you don't see any growth, you're not seeing where you're building your customer base, you're not getting repeat customers. I would say, of course, first of all, pray and ask God what you need to change. I would say if you're doing a business, I would say 1 year, 2 years, 3 years is not working, change it and do something else. Or if you want to do the same thing, take some classes, a college, get some training, and just figure out how you can make it better. Because there's always a way to make it better. It's just a matter of you figuring out what is working and what is not working. And you will know because if you have a business, you need customers. If you have no customers, something's not working.
Right. There you go. Got you. And again, I admire your passion, and that's is so important. It won't work if you can't sell something you don't believe in yourself, something that you're
Mhm.
not excited about your own self, and
Mhm.
that's what has kept you going because you keep being excited about it.
Yes,
It's blessing you because you know that greater is He that's in you than he that's in the world, and
that's
so that's what she's leaving with you guys. That you grab a hold of it, be excited about it,
yes,
put the effort into it, work at what you're doing, and watch the Lord bless your business just as He's blessed Samantha. So we
yes,
just thank you so much for your time, and I pray that those that are watching you listen and you connect yourself with Samantha so that she can introduce her business to you, grab a hold of it. We want her to shine in Northern California before
yes.
she takes off and goes to LA on us. We want to see the great things, and together, I believe we'll do great things for God. So thank you so much for sharing with us. And I think I pretty much covered everything, unless there's something else you want to share.
I just want to say, just remember Samantha from Unlimited Fashions for Christmas gift. This is the biggest shopping season of the year. This is the last quarter of the year, and this is when people spend the most money, and this is when businesses make the most money. So just remember, Unlimited Fashions, we have wonderful gifts, Christmas gifts, and we got beautiful outfits for New Year's. So
Okay.
keep us in mind, and also for next year.
All right. So go to Unlimited Fashion
It's on theunlimitedfashions.com.
.com.
Yes.
Wow, there it
And if
is.
you, yes, and if you have questions, just call me. Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you. Thank you, Samantha. And thank you, audience, for joining in with us. We are excited about what God is doing through Samantha and her gift and her excitement of fashion. She is truly a glamorous woman. She's glamorous inside and out, and she is showing us fashion by what she wears as well as what she sells to us. So we want to take advantage of those Christmas specials that she has. So thank you, Samantha, and thank you for watching. And we look forward to talking to you all next time with Conversations with Dr. Brenda. God bless you.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe to Dr. Brenda's YouTube channel to get notifications and to watch past conversations. See you.